Do you watch your movies with subtitles on? If you said yes, great, then I invite you to watch this video. And if you said no, then even better, maybe I can convince you to start watching your movies or TV shows with subtitles on. Hey, my name is Pavel and today I'm going to be talking about why I think watching your movies, TV shows, whatever, with subtitles on is very beneficial. I know the intended purpose of subtitles is to aid those who struggle to hear, but I believe there's a great universal benefit from using subtitles on your movies. I've more or less been using subtitles my entire life. Obviously, aside from going to the cinema and stuff like that, since English is my first language, I've always used subs whenever I've been here in Ireland watching movies and TV shows on my TV, because I believe it really helps me understand the language. Now I'm obviously fluent in English and stuff like that, but before I always watched everything subtitles on, and I still do. And today I have 3 main points as to why I believe subtitles are extremely beneficial to your movie watching experience, and then I also have a few small little points that I believe will help with the argument. So let's get into it. Point number 1, missed and or misunderstood dialogue. There are much times I've watched a movie where I've just not been able to understand what the actor or actress is saying because I just don't understand their accent or the way they speak or just something along those lines, and I've had to either ask somebody what they said or just completely pretend that just that line in the movie just doesn't exist and it will not contribute to the story in my head. For example, let's watch this little clip of Brad Pitt from the movie Snatch, and I'll see if you understand it. I'll play it first without subtitles and then I'll play it with subs so you can see did you understand what he was saying. So here we go.
Come about the caravan.
Mr. Arnoux.
Fuck man. Can't be Mickey.
It's not Irish. It's not English.
How are you?
Fair, what is my kindness for the horses, you know?
It's just pikey.
Fuck me. Just look at the size of it.
Yep, and here with subs.
Understand much of what is being said.
You tell me. Come about the caravan.
Mr. Arnoux.
Fuck man. Can't be Mickey.
It's not Irish. It's not English.
How are you?
Fair, what is my kindness for the horses, you know?
It's just pikey.
Fuck me. Just look at the size of it. How big are you?
See, subtitles really help. Like, for example, I don't really know what, I think it's like an Irish accent he's trying to put on, but I've never heard an accent like that before, so I find it quite funny. I believe subtitles really help in a movie like that. There's other movies, for example, like The Tragedy of Macbeth, where the dialogue is just spoken in an English that we're not familiar with. Like, I've read Macbeth, I've studied it and stuff like that, and I still struggled whenever I watched the movie. I knew what was happening on the screen, but I didn't understand the dialogue because, again, I'm not the most confident in my Shakespearean English. So I think with movies where the English is a little bit different to what we're used to, subtitles are extremely beneficial. Sometimes there's just extremely awful accents. For example, in the movie John Wick, where Keanu speaks Russian, and it is the worst Russian I've ever heard in my entire life. I am fluent in Russian and I understood nothing. So if I watched that movie and I didn't have those subtitles on and, you know, I just watched it in Russian or something like that, I would have never been able to understand because it is extremely bad. Also, sometimes actors speak too fast or they mumble. For example, Sylvester Stallone. I have no idea what he's saying half of the time and therefore I need subtitles.
I do this 7 years. Every day it hurts. Sometimes I wake up and I don't know where I am.
You know, those lines definitely add to the story and to the general world of the film, but if you don't have subtitles on, there's no way that can add to your experience because we have no idea what he's saying. And I think when you're able to understand everything the actor is saying on screen, it'll definitely help you build the character and therefore maybe enjoy the movie a little bit better. So if you put subs on and you understand everything they're saying and you paint a better picture of the world, of the character, of everything going on in that film, you can therefore enjoy a little bit better. Point number 2. It's extremely great for foreign movies. Let's be honest, dubbed sucks. I do not like that I'm not able to sync up what I'm actually hearing and what I'm seeing. It annoys me a lot. Bong Joon-ho once said, "Once you overcome the 1-inch tall barrier of subtitles, you will be introduced to so many more amazing films." And I believe that's extremely true. I think if you're fine with having subtitles on screen in English-speaking movies and you're just used to them, then whenever you watch a foreign movie, you don't see it as a problem. For example, when I was younger, me and my friends used to always watch movies on the weekends, and whenever we found a movie that sounded really great, we'd always check if it was foreign or not. And if it was foreign, we didn't watch it because we were just a bit silly. We just were like, no, we're not watching that. We're not going to read subs for an entire 2 hours. And it's really annoying because if I never overcame that barrier of actually reading the subtitles, I would have never been able to see movies like Amile, The Portrait of a Lady on Fire, The Worst Person in the World, Bande A, Another Round, The Hunt, and so many movies like that, because I love those movies. They're some of my favorites and I can actually access them properly, and it's so much easier to access subtitled versions of movies as well. Whenever I watched something not on Netflix, I've always found it extremely hard to actually find a dubbed version. I've just out of curiosity, I have checked, and I found it really hard to actually obtain. I think if you're able to just watch an English spoken movie whilst you're listening English and reading English at the same time, then you'll be introduced into the world of foreign film, and then, you know, you'll get more out of the movies you're able to watch. You'll be able to watch stuff that other times you would have rejected. I think the first foreign movie I ever watched was a Spanish horror, found footage horror movie called Wreck. I don't remember what year it came out in. I think it was 2006 or 2007. And after I watched that, I was like, I love this. This is so great. And I remember me and my friends were like, yeah, let's just watch it and we'll just get used to the subtitles. And you really do get used to the subtitles. You think they'll be in your way, and I know there's the argument of, oh, I can't focus on two things at once, but you definitely can. Once you actually have the subtitles on and you get used to them, you don't even realize that you're reading both. You read so fast that it doesn't really become a problem to you. So do it. Put the subtitles on, watch them foreign movies. So the third point I have is that it helps you through comprehension. I know it's extremely embarrassing to say, but I used to struggle to read books quite a lot. Like maybe 6 years ago was the first time I read a full book, where I sat down and read a full book. And I think, I don't really remember the title of the book, but I'll find it and I'll just put it up on screen here. And I remember it took me, I think it was like 8 weeks to read a 250-page book, maybe a 300-page book, because I used to have to sit down every single evening and read for a while and only get through like 4 pages. And I genuinely do think having subtitles on in movies has really helped with that. Like whenever you get used to reading so fast, especially when like a character is speaking quite rapidly, you just get used to reading the words really quick in a line. And that's the same sort of concept in a book. And it also helps with your attention span. My attention span is extremely bad, but having subtitles on really benefits me with that. Therefore, it helps with my reading. If I'm able to focus on a movie for 2 hours and read all the subtitles as I do it, why can't I do that with a book? And I can. And having subtitles on for such a long time, I've become a lot more confident of a reader. And I genuinely do think that having subtitles on has helped me with that. I would always check my phone whenever I'm watching a movie, or mess with my fingers, or fidget with my rings, or something like that. But having those subtitles on really helps with my attention span, because I have to focus on the screen. I have to read the subtitles. I have to see what's on the screen. I have to listen to everything. I don't have time to actually look down and fidget. And it's great because I don't realize that I'm paying more attention, and I think in the long run it really benefits you with activities such as reading. And also, once you have that improved attention span, it really immerses you into the movie a lot more as well. So they were my 3 main points, and now I'm going to just tell you some mini points that I really think are beneficial too. Having subtitles on is an extremely great way to learn a language. For example, I'm currently learning French, and sometimes when I watch TV shows, maybe like animated stuff or like children's movies and stuff like that, I will put subtitles on, because I like to match the English words that I obviously know to the French words that I might know. And just having them on at the bottom of the screen subconsciously, I feel like I will develop learning the language a little bit better. Maybe it won't help at all, but it does help a little bit. And hey, when you're learning a language, everything helps. As I said, it helped me with learning English, so maybe it can help me with my French, and maybe it can help you with your language learning journey too.
No, Mama.
So the second mini point I have is that it helps you identify characters' names and remember them a little bit better. Me, for example, I'm extremely bad at remembering the characters' names in movies. So whenever I see them written out in front of me, my mind will remember them a lot better. And whenever I speak about the movie, maybe the next day, straight after the film, weeks after, I feel like I'll actually remember the characters a little bit better. As I said, it's a mini point, but it does help. So the final mini point is that it helps you identify songs. I know you can just Shazam a song within the movie, or you can Google the soundtrack, but I believe when you just see the title simply on the screen, you'll remember it, and if you really like it, you'll go home and you'll listen to it. So that's my arguments for why you should watch your movies with subtitles on. Obviously it applies to TV shows too, or whatever you're watching. Do what you want. I'm not trying to lecture you, but it's extremely beneficial, and I think subs are great. I know I didn't get to watch anything during this video, but I still want to ask you, what should I watch next? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.